What up, you should Timmons here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for past horror movies because it is of course October. Here's my review for the 2002 horror remake, I should say, of The Ring. Now, of course, The Ring, premiered all the way back in 2002, and was directed by Gore Verbinski, who will later give us the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. He last did that movie Cure for Wellness, which is kind of terrible to be honest. Yeah. But The Ring's definitely my favorite film of his. I mean, The Ring is probably his best work. His worst film will always be The Lone Ranger. Oh god, that movie was so abysmal. But anyway, now this pretty much is about like this evil videotape that actually that pretty much kills anyone who watches it 7 days. 7 days after they watch it. And so you got this news reporter named Rachel Keller, played by Naomi Watts, who is very skeptical of the story until like all of these teenagers died mysteriously exactly 1 week after watching it, and so like it is allowing her investigation and curiosity to pretty much get on the bow of her, and she tries to track down the video and watches it, and now because she watched it, she has only 7 days to unravel the mystery here, and she top off she even finds out that her son even watched it, so she has to do everything in her power to help to protect her son too. Her son, by the way, is played by David Dorfman, who was also in the movie Drilled Taylor. He's been in some other decent stuff as well. I mean, he was definitely really good in The Ring. I mean, definitely one of my favorite child performances in a horror film. You also, of course, you had Deve Chase, who plays Samara, who is the character Samara is one of the creepiest on-screen childs that I want to see. I mean, the makeup, like, oh boy. I mean, this movie is the reason why so many people. This is this film is the reason why back in the day so many people were afraid to even watch the TV anymore. They were afraid that something would actually come out from it. Yeah. But yeah, The Ring is definitely a really cool horror film. I mean, it's actually PG-13, which is really interesting too. It is, of course, a remake of a Japanese film too, so there's that. Now, the Japanese film is actually titled Ringo, if I'm not mistaken. And I actually remember watching the Japanese one. It was pretty creepy, but I probably do prefer the remake in my opinion. Naomi Watts gave a really decent performance here. You also had Martin Henderson was also in this. Amber Tamlin, who also later go on to I believe actually appear in Grudge 2, so that's pretty interesting turnaround there. Uh, you also had Brian Cox was also in this. You also had Jane Alexander, who like plays this doctor here, Polly Peretti, Sarah Rue. You had some really decent supporting players, but man, Naomi Watts really sold this movie. You could really buy her as this terrifying mother who's trying to do everything in her power to protect her son from this evil that was just unleashing on. And yeah, I mean, of course, most people actually remember The Ring because of this because of Scary Movie 3. Remember, Scary Movie 3 saw Perry The Ring. Come on, remember this when Queen Latifah fought the videotape girl? That was a pretty funny scene. But anyway, yeah, this movie's definitely a really decent creepy horror film. I mean, the first Ring is really decent. Ring 2 is not so good. Then also in 2017 they did Rings, which I didn't mind so much, but it wasn't as great as the 2002 version. I mean, it's a bit hard to really do another Ring movie now because let's be for real, nobody watches videotapes no more. All right, like if another Ring comes out, it'll most likely I don't know, be on YouTube. Or, like the thing will most likely be something that involves like YouTube something or somewhere in those lines. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the Ring film will pretty much go well on today's status, but I still thought the movie was really good. It was definitely really creepy to watch. Really good performances. So yeah, if you guys have not really seen The Ring, I'll say give it a watch. You might enjoy it or you might not enjoy it. Anyway, let me let you guys. Have you ever watched The Ring? If so, what so? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Have you ever seen the Japanese versions based on? What was your favorite scene? Some of your favorite moments? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Himu signing out.